So today we are looking at the blendOS. So let's quickly change the resolution. So you're getting a GNOME 44 desktop environment. I choose the GNOME desktop environment. You will also get some other desktop environments. I'm going to show all this desktop environment in a few seconds. So let's take a tour. So this is the welcome app you get. So before that, let me first open the system monitor so we can see the system resources throughout the video. So you get an idea to choose the desktop environment, whatever the lower consuming resources desktop environment. You can choose any desktop environment which uses less resources, or if you're okay with the high resource consuming desktop environment, you can go with GNOME. So these are all the process running right now in the beginning of the video or when we started the Linux distro. So these are all the process, and here are the system resources. It's almost 1.8 GB. In the beginning of the video we didn't open any of the apps or anything, just the default apps, which is a welcome screen and the tour app of a GNOME 44. So it's almost 1.8 GB, which is almost like a 2 GB of RAM. So if you have a low-end PC, you shouldn't use a GNOME desktop environment because it will be a way laggy, or it's going to be like a freeze here and there. So if you want some if you have a low-end PC, you better go with the other desktop environments. So I'm going to show what are the available desktop environments, and I'm going to recommend whatever the desktop environment you need. So as you can see, it's almost 2 GB, more than 2 GB. If you have a 2 GB RAM, it will be like 1.8 GB, but it's almost 2 GB now, right now. So I didn't open any of the apps, just the default apps. So let's check the about system monitor, which is 44.0 because it's a 44 desktop environment of GNOME. So let me put it in the right side corner throughout the video so you can see the changes. So let's start. Choose your region. I'm choosing the United States. You can just search it here. Click on next. So here you have the region. If you want, you can select it from here, or you can just type it here. Search the time zone, search for keyboard layout. United States of America. I'm choosing the keyboard layout of the United States of America, or US keyboard you can also call it. About the time zone, which is region, it's Asia. I'm using a VPN, so that's the reason it automatically choose the Asia Bangkok. You can change it here, or you can just click on search. It's going to take a few seconds, and it's a GNOME desktop environment. I have like a 4 GB of RAM, but it is consuming a lot of RAM here. It's almost like a 50%. So I'm running it on a virtualization, which is a VMware. I forgot to mention that, with 4 GB of RAM and 60 GB of hard disk, and my CPU is i5 1240p. So search for a time zone. I'm going to choose the Los Angeles here. So here it is, America, Los Angeles. Here is the day, time and date. Click on next. Select locale, additional locales, date and time, numbers and currency. I'm going to keep it like a default thing. So you need to create a users. You may create additional users later. So let's type in some random thing, or let's type in our channel name, which is 9to5 Linux. Username lowercase only, letters or numbers, so you need to put something else here instead of numbers. And you need to put the password at least 8 characters. No dollar all this thing. You need to put the password here. Confirm the password. So you need to add like 8 numbers or 8 passwords, 8 characters. So it should be not lesser than 8. So click on next after doing everything. So here is the installation disk. You need to choose your hard disk here. If I'm choosing the virtual hard disk here. So if you have like a multiple hard disk, you may be seeing like a 2 hard disk here. You need to choose the perfect hard disk or the hard disk which you want to install in it. So if you want to switch to manual partitioning, you can go with this, which will help in like a dual boot options. You know what is dual boot already, because it's kind of like a dual operating system. You should be having two operating systems in your hard disk. So be careful while choosing this, because it's going to erase everything. So if you choose the erase disk, it's going to click on next and do all these things, and it's going to take like a 5 to 10 minutes or maybe more. Depends on the PC, depends on the ISO file, whether it's a stable ISO file or a beta version. So if you want to switch to manual partitioning, you can go with the manual partitioning, and you can partition all these things. I'm not going to install because I don't want to. I want to make another video, so that's the reason I'm not going to install it. So here is the version of blendOS and Crystal 1.9.0, which is Jade GUI. Let's go to the GNOME Tor now. So again, this is all the same GNOME 44 Tor, nothing new here. So I'm just going to close it. So let's open the internet browser, which is Firefox web browser. So the RAM came down to 1.7 GB. It was like a 2 GB, but again 1.8 GB, 1.9 GB, because we opened the Firefox web browser. So keep an eye on the CPU and RAM usage, because it may help you whether to use this desktop environment of blendOS or not. It's will be helpful. The Firefox version you get here in the blendOS is 118.0.1. So let me type in about support, hit enter. You get some of the information here. If it's important for you, you can just read everything by pausing the video, or you can slow down the video. If it's not, just skip the part. So these are all the information. In my point of view, it's important, but if it's not, it's clearly up to you. So read everything if you want, or not, you just skip this part. So let's go to their official website, which is blendOS. So this is the official website, which is blendOS.co. So here is some of the information. If you want, you can read everything here. Here is the GitHub, and here is the source code. It will take directly to their GitHub page, as you can see here. So let's get back here. So you get all the information here, supported distributions, all the information of the blendOS. So let's go to the download section, because we need to download the ISO file. So you get the blendOS version 4 alpha, and you get the blendOS version 3. So choose anything you want here. The upcoming immutable, it's not available, I guess. So the available version is version 3, which is blendOS. Let's check it out. So it says a warning about downloads, warning about torrents. You need to read everything, because it's quite important. So it says don't use dpin. Dpin on Arch is currently quite broken. We recommend against using it. So I downloaded the GNOME desktop environment here, the latest version. So the desktop environment you get in the blendOS is like a GNOME edition, KDE Plasma edition, Cinnamon edition, XFCE edition, LXQT, MAT, and Deepin edition. So they already mentioned do not use the Deepin desktop environment. So it's better to go with other desktop environments, which is like a 6 desktop environment available. So if you want like a low resource consuming desktop environment, go with the XFCE, LXQT, and KDE Plasma. Even KDE Plasma takes a bit, but go with the XFCE or LXQT if you want. So if you still want to go with KDE Plasma and Cinnamon, you can go with anything you want. It's clearly up to you. Just give it a try. Don't take someone's advice. It's better, good option to test on our own. So you have like a 6 desktop environments. Choose any desktop environment according to your PC. So it's almost, the GNOME desktop environment's almost consuming like a 2.4 GB, 2 GB. So it's almost 2 GB without using any apps. So keep that in mind, and choose any other desktop environments. So if you have like a low end PC, better go with XFC or LXKT, like the low resource consuming desktop environments. So this all the downloads links or the download mirrors here. So let's click on the SourceForge. It will take directly to the SourceForge website, and it's going to download the ISO file. So let me show you all the files before downloading. You can just remove the till files and go to the blendOS, or you can just go to the SourceForge website and type in blendOS, and it will take directly to the blendOS. So you get the ISO files here. You can download any desktop environment here. So the most downloaded files are the GNOME desktop environment. The second one is mat, and the plasma and mat are the second and third, and cinnamon. The XFC desktop environment just downloaded 77 times. That's pretty odd. I downloaded the GNOME desktop environment here. So you just need to go to any desktop environment. Just leave the deepin one and go with the other 6 desktop environments. So here is the version, which is 2023-10-06, which is almost like a 2 months old. So here is the ISO file. Click on the ISO file. So as you can see, the CPU is going around like a 90%, and the RAM is almost like a 2.6 GB in the GNOME desktop environment. That's pretty odd because there is no stable graph in the CPU. As you can see, there is a high peak and a low peak. There is no stable in the CPU, and even RAM, it goes sometimes like a 1.9 GB, but it comes to 2.6 GB for some reason. So you are seeing all the changes throughout the video, so you judge on your own whether to use this desktop environment or not. So that's the ISO file. It's around like a 3.2 GB of a file size. So let's close this. We don't need anything here. Let me open the terminal. So before terminal, you get all these apps or pre-installed apps in the blendOS GNOME desktop environment: accessories, graphics, internet. So you didn't get any bloatware or pre-installed apps here. You just get some basic apps which are usually found in the GNOME desktop environment, as you can see. So there is nothing newly added here, just the commonly used desktop environment apps, which is from GNOME, and just one or two from the blendOS. So let's open the terminal. So everything is running smoothly, but it is taking a bit of time to open some of the basic apps. It's not because of the distro, maybe from the desktop environment or from the high resource consuming here. So there is no stable graph in the CPU also. So let's check the version about console 44.4. So let's type in inxi. So let's type in cat /etc/issue. It's a blendOS. Let's type in neofetch. Neofetch is not pre-installed, so if you want to install, you can do it on your own. Let's see the kernel version, which is 6.5.5 Zen 1. So let's close the terminal now. So what else we have here? Let's check out some of the desktop features. So there is nothing new here, just the GNOME desktop environment 44 features. Here is the date and calendar. Let's go to the apps. Here is the extensions. So let me try like open some bunch of apps, which I usually do in every Linux distro and every videos. So to try to whether it will handle properly or not. So let me open like a 10 to 12 apps and see whether the distro will handle without crashing or like a freeze in desktop. So right now it's taking a bit of time. It's pretty common in the GNOME desktop environment. So let's try to open some of the apps. So there is no heavy lag, but it is taking a bit of time, like a 2-3 seconds, but it's okay. So there is no freeze or anything like that. Everything is going good. Let's open blendOS settings. So we pretty much open like 7 to 8 apps or 8 softwares. We have like a web store here. Let's open that too. Let's even open the gparted. Let's go to another workspace and open some of the other apps. Sound and videos. Let's open videos. So you don't get any pre-installed apps, just the normal apps. You don't get like a GIMP or VLC media player, not some bloatware apps. You just get the basic things, so that's pretty good. So I don't know about the XFC desktop environment, what you get in that desktop environment. So if you want to see that, you can just let me know in the comment section whatever other desktop environment you want to see in the blendOS. I'll make on your demand. So let's even open the weather app. So everything opening, every app is opening like instantly. NeoVim. So there is no freeze or anything like a stuck on the screen or anything like that. So what else we left is here like contacts and document viewer. So I pretty much opened like 10 to 12 apps, I guess. Everything running is very smoothly. We have connections here. I think I opened every app which is available in this distro. Let's even open the text editor. Let's stop here. Like it's almost like maybe 15 apps. Let's go and check the system monitor now. So it's almost like a 3.5 GB and cache is like a 917 MB, and CPU is around like a 30 under 30%, I can say that. So it's almost 30%. 3.5 GB of RAM. So there is no like a freeze or any lag here. You can just see on the screen everything is working good. So there was some delay like a 2 or 3 seconds. That's okay because we instantly opened all the apps at once, so that's the reason that was a delay. So other than that, everything is going good. As you can see, you can switch to other workspace. Everything is pretty good. You can switch apps. There's no delay here. As you can see, no delay. Everything is working pretty good. So even it's consuming like a 3.5 GB. It's good when switching apps or doing daily basis. It will be good in the daily usage, I can say that. It's almost like a 3.6 GB. I'm using a 4 GB of RAM. If you have like a low end PC, I don't recommend this GNOME desktop environment. You can choose anything, but if you want to still try, it's clearly up to you. I'm not going to recommend. It's clearly your decision. So in the working side, it's pretty good. Everything is working fine, nothing laggy or anything like that. As you can see, everything is working properly. So there is no crash, no bugs, anything like that. So the ISO file was released like 2 months ago, so I don't think there will be some bugs or anything like that. They should be fixed before release, I guess. So this is a stable ISO file. So there should be another version upcoming, I guess. So as you can see, let's check the version of the apps and close these things because we already saw everything. So let's check the version and close the video, end the video. So the calendar version is 44.1. So basically the all the GNOME desktop environment apps will be having the 44 version. So that's the information I'm giving you. So as you can see, the photos version will be 44.0. You can just assume that all the desktop environment from the GNOME with 44 will be having the version 44. So this is the web apps. You can search, you can suggest, you can add if you want, I guess. I don't think you can add, but you can search or suggest app. Let's try Instagram. So Instagram is available. Even the Dino game is available from the Chrome. So let's close this thing. We have Android apps, system and Linux containers. Let's go back to other apps, which is like a image viewer. About image viewer, you get a 44.3. Let's close this thing also. You can see the reduce in RAM. The CPU is pretty much stable now. As you can see, it's almost 30%. Let's open the file manager. About files, 44.2.1. Let's maximize. Let's go to the other locations, which is file system, properties. You can take a screenshot. You can check some system files if you want. Kernel, hypervisor, firmware. You can go through all these folders if you want. You can modify if you want. Boot, system, root files, root folder. This is a home folder or the user folder. lib64. It's taking a few seconds here. Here are all the folders. Let's go to the preference. You can customize if you want, or you can just put it default. Let's close the file manager. Here is the gparted. You already know how to use the gparted. So here is the version you get, 1.5.0. Let's close this thing. Here are the extensions. You can customize if you want. Settings. Auto move windows settings. You can add the workspace rules. These are all the same things you get in the all the other desktop environment, other Linux distros. So there is nothing difference here. You can just go to the settings if you want. You can toggle the button on and you can change everything. So let's check the version 44.5. Let's close this thing also. So let's go to the app store or the software manager or software. So these are all the installed apps or the installed applications in the blendOS. So let's go to the updates. You don't have any updates about software, which is 44.5 plus. So if you want, you can explore, or you can try to install it from here, the Telegram desktop environment, everything. So you get all the same basic from the GNOME desktop environment. So there is nothing difference here. So you can directly install it from here. You can see the screenshots. You can see the version here, or fixes, or the version history, everything. Project website. You already know all these things, so no need to show everything because it's going to make a lengthy video. So this is the videos. If you have videos, you should be seeing the videos there. About console, which I already saw the version in the beginning. So here is the contacts app. Let's click on done, and you should be getting a version 44, I guess. 44.0. You can add all these things you already know, so no need to show that. Document viewer, internet connection, about connections 44.1. You can add it from here. You can add RDP and VNS. So the text editor 44.0. So the weather app, you get the same 44.0. So we pretty much covered everything. So if I forgot anything, do let me know in the comment section. I will be making another video if you want of other desktop environment. Only if you ask in the comment section, I will make it, or else I'm just going to skip this other desktop environments. So the GNOME desktop environment has this all resources consuming at the end of the video. So these are all the process running right now. In the beginning of the video, the system resources was like the RAM was almost 1.8 GB, 1.9 GB in the beginning of the video. It almost went to 2 GB, and at the end of the video it's 500 MB more, and cache is 1.3 GB, as you can see. So we pretty much covered everything in my point of view, but if I forgot anything, do let me know in the comment section. So let's try to log out and see the logout screen. So you get the same GNOME desktop environment logout screen. There is nothing difference, but let's try to see once again. So I'll be posting 2 videos daily, so if you want to check that out, you can check out another video. I already posted another video. So here is the blendOS login screen, accessibility, network, and power off button. So I think that's the end of the video. Again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. It helps make a good content for you. Other than that, I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace out.